Hey you guys, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. If you're watching the replay, always let me know in the comments with #replay. And if you're watching now, say hey. Even if you're watching the replay, say hey, drop a gif, drop an emoji. I'm sitting in the spot. That guy was literally, he's like, I knew he was gonna look in the car. I'm sitting in one of those spots again where like when people walk by and it's like really like I'm like at an intersection, I just know people are gonna stare at me because my phone is propped on my steering wheel. So people probably think I'm taking a selfie, which I kind of sort of am. It's like that position. And yeah, I don't know. So sorry about that. So if you guys are watching now, say hey. And I want to talk about this question that I got yesterday when I did a live stream with Richie. He's actually in this group and I led a Pinterest marketing training for his team. And I wanted to talk about why people don't talk about Pinterest, okay? Even GaryVee. I reached out to GaryVee on DM probably like I would say like, I don't even know how long ago it was. It was before I even made my course. So I want to say that it was like a year ago. And I can like leave those screenshots in the comments. I had shared it in this group before, but it was a year ago. So I want to reshare that again. So it was funny because we were like talking about Pinterest for business yesterday during the live stream. And he was kind of like, why isn't this a thing? Like, why aren't more entrepreneurs using Pinterest for business? Why aren't people using Pinterest for business in general? And I was like, you know what? That's a really good question because quite honestly, like, I don't know why Pinterest isn't more popular with people, okay? Or with entrepreneurs or just like using it for business. Like bloggers have been using Pinterest for years, making millions off of Pinterest for years. That's how people would advertise their blog because they didn't have money for Google. So it was like, okay, I make a blog post, I'm going to post the pin onto Pinterest and that's how I'm going to direct people to my blog. And that's how a lot of bloggers make money is they use Pinterest to direct the traffic from Pinterest to their blog, okay? And I was like, to be really honest, I think a lot of people don't use Pinterest because of this exact reason. You cannot fake it till you make it when you start with Pinterest. You can't buy followers. You can't buy repins. You can't buy likes. You can't buy clicks to your website. The effort you put into Pinterest, the strategies that you use on Pinterest, and the consistency that you put on a search engine, that's the key word, search engine, is what you get out. The effort you put in is the result that you get back out, okay? And a lot of people don't use Pinterest because of that exact reason. Regardless of if you get better results on Pinterest and Instagram, regardless if your content is seen for years and on Instagram it's seen for 2 seconds, okay? People are scared to use Pinterest because it requires logic. And to be really frank, a lot of people just don't even know where to begin with that because it requires strategy and it requires logic. It is a 1 + 1 = 2 type system, which is what I teach in my Pinterest for Business course. It's not one of those things where like kind of on Instagram where like you can teach people how to take a picture and you can like do that as like a one-off course, or you can teach people how to use hashtags and do that as like a one-off course where people can like pick and choose what they want to learn. On Pinterest, you have to follow the system because it is a search engine. It's not some flash in the pan strategy where it works one time and like maybe you had one viral Instagram post and now you're famous and now you're trying to teach everybody, and like that's not how it works, okay? It is a 1 + 1 = 2 type system because it involves keywords, okay? So back to GaryVee. If anyone's watching and you've ever read, okay, so Richie says some of the team are already taking advantage of it last night. Yay, awesome. I'm so happy to hear that. So if anyone has read Gary Vaynerchuk, first of all, if you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, let me know in the comments. And if you've ever read his book, Crushing It, let me know in the comments. So I was really excited for his book, Crushing It, which has to do with social media and growing an influence online. And I am a Pinterest influencer. I've used Pinterest to create 5 figures a month in passive income through affiliate marketing pins on Pinterest, but I also have 95,000 followers on Pinterest. Not only that, I use Pinterest to grow this Facebook group, grow my email list, grow my Instagram channel. I can grow anything that I want because it's a search engine. So as long as I create a pin and I embed the link underneath it, I can send anyone anywhere on any website that I own, okay? So knowing the power of Pinterest, I was really excited to read Crushing It, okay? And I was like, I can't wait to hear what he says about Pinterest. Like, I've never really heard him talk about Pinterest before. He's always talking about like Instagram, and like now he's like on, or he was on TikTok for a while. But I think like GaryVee is also very much like whoever he invests in is like pushing that platform. I don't know if you guys realize this, but he very much pushes the platforms that he's invested in. I don't know if that's just me realizing it, but I think that's the case. So I like was reading through reading through his book, Crushing It. If you guys have read this book, let me know in the comments. And it was really good. Like, I really liked it. And I'm going through the social media platforms were like towards the back of the book. I think I remember writing like page 223 or something crazy like that. So I'm like reading through, I'm like flipping through the pages. Okay, YouTube's there, Instagram is there, all Musical.ly, which is now TikTok, is there. And I'm like, where in the fuck is Pinterest in this book? He doesn't include Pinterest, okay? So I was like, kind of like personally offended. Like, I was like, how can you not put Pinterest in your book? Okay. So what did I do? I messaged him on Instagram. This was like a year ago, and I'm going to put the screenshots of our conversation when I hop off of this video. I've already posted it in this group before. I posted it last year, and I posted it on my Facebook business page, but I'm going to repost it again in this, or on this video. And I DM'd GaryVee, and I was like, hey, because like in the book, he was like, if you want to get like someone that has millions of followers attention, what you do is you show that you like invested in them. So like if you're going to reach out, don't just say, hey, be like, I read your book on page blah, blah, blah. And that's like exactly what I did. I was like on page 223. I'm just going to make that up. Like you said to DM somebody that, like, I pretty much said what he told me to do from the book. So then I messaged him that, and I was like, I'm like really curious, like as a Pinterest influencer, I said all of my accolades from Pinterest and like how much money I was making passively off of Pinterest every month, how many followers I had, and how I used it to grow all of my social media following. To back then, it was probably around like 100 and I just want to say 10,000. It's at 131,000 now, 131,000 followers. And I was like, I was like, I'm just curious as to like why Pinterest isn't in your book. Thank you. And I wasn't expecting a reply back. So he replies back, and he was like, it was like the one-stop shop, or like one worded answer, almost sort of reply. And he was like, you know, I'm a big believer, or he didn't say that. He was like, I am an investor in Pinterest. That was his first reply. And then he goes, I do not know enough about Pinterest to write about it in this book. That was his answer. And then back then I was just kind of like, well, I do. So I'm creating a course because of you, which is what I have out as a Pinterest for Business course. I was inspired by GaryVee, and like, you know, and I was like, I'm creating this Pinterest for Business course. Like, I'm a Pinterest influencer. So, and all of his books, he like mentions other people. So I was like, hint, hint, if you want me to like help you out with Pinterest, like I would be more than happy to help you out. But at the end of the day, it was like, he literally said what everyone else says. It's like, I don't use Pinterest because I don't know enough about the platform to use it. But guys, at the end of the day, Pinterest isn't fucking rocket science, okay? It is like a Facebook ad you do not have to pay for, and it lasts forever, okay? And I'm gonna do the comparisons. So think of a Facebook ad. When you have a Facebook ad, what are you given? Okay, you're given a picture with copy, which is like written words, and a link, okay? But you have to pay Facebook for that in order for it to be seen by your ideal clients, okay? And that's really only if you're good with Facebook ads. Like if you don't know anything about ad targeting or pixels or any of that shit, like you're really chancing with your money, okay? So what is Pinterest? Pinterest is a picture with a caption written, and a link. But the difference is that you don't have to pay Pinterest in order for your ideal clients to see that picture. They are searching for you. How do they search for you? Through keywords. How to ... This is a search engine, okay? So when people go onto Google or Pinterest, because your results from Pinterest also show onto Google, when they go onto Pinterest, they are searching for ideas, inspiration, or they're looking to buy something. 40% of Pinterest users make over $100,000 a year. 40%. And millennials use Pinterest just as much as they use Instagram. I hope you're taking note of these statistics, because if that sounds your ideal client, then you might want to go hop on Pinterest, okay? So they both, the Facebook ad and the Pinterest pin, are the same thing. The difference is you don't have to pay for a Pinterest ad, and the efforts that you place onto Pinterest lasts on Pinterest for forever, okay? Pinterest is an online ad board, and it is a growth accelerator. It takes your ideal client from the search engine to your content onto another website. Pinterest is not a place where you upload content and it's not a blogging platform. It's not like Instagram. It's not like any of that, okay? You use Pinterest as the search billboard. It's like an online billboard. It's like the place where you make your advertisement, and you're like, okay, let's just hypothetically say you made this amazing 20-minute long YouTube video tutorial on how to make a green smoothie, okay? You can advertise that on Pinterest, okay? You can be like, here's the picture, okay, how to make a green smoothie, here's a green smoothie tutorial for the keto diet, whatever you want to. I just made that off the top of my head, okay? When you make a billboard advertisement onto Pinterest, you're not hosting the content there. You're just providing the link where you're directing people to the valuable content, okay? I'm going to the comments to see what you guys are up to. Hey, Adolfo, how are you? Hey, guys, say hey. Richie says, hey, if people sleeping on Pinterest, time for all of us to hit it hard. Exactly. And that's the thing too, is that it's so untapped because so many people are so obsessed with not seeing results on Instagram and Facebook. It's honestly freaking mind blowing. It's if you are a beginner entrepreneur, or maybe you've been an entrepreneur for a while, but you have no social media following, you are really, and you don't have advertising dollar, you're not already a celebrity, you are going to have a really hard time in 2019 growing your account on Facebook or Instagram if you're not using ads and if you're not already a celebrity. Mark says, question of the day, it's not rocket science. Exactly, right? Dalva said, I love it, replying to Mark. I actually Facebook's doing a little updates on the live streams. I'm liking that. Okay. So Sophia says, such a valuable conversation, and I totally agree. I don't feel like I know enough about Pinterest to leverage it like many business owners. Exactly. And I think the reason why more people don't use Pinterest for their business is because you cannot fake your results on Pinterest. It is not an instant gratification game. It is a search engine. So that means that when you post content onto a search engine, kind of think of it if you started a website, you're not going to be the first link on Google right when you press, live on your website, right? That's impossible because people need to click on your website through other websites in order for it to raise up on the search engine. Okay? That's how websites get up on the search engine. The more people that search for your content and the more people that click on the content, the higher it goes on the search engine. So it's the reverse of Instagram. When you post content onto Pinterest, you're not going to get all of your likes in the first 30 minutes, okay? You are going to get those likes over time. And this allows your content to go viral over time because your content isn't dying on a search engine. It's always searchable, okay? Where the opposite is true for time-sensitive platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So when you go on Instagram and Facebook, you have to get likes immediately. You have to get comments immediately because if you don't, your content is dead, okay? So a lot of people will waste like hours upon hours, like curating perfect copy and pictures and like making sure they cross the T's and dot the I's on all of their like, you know, Pulitzer Prize winning novels. And they're like, it takes them hours to do, but your content isn't even lasting for 30 minutes in the algorithm. So it's like when you're doing that on Instagram and Facebook, like you have to like really like take a step back and have a real talk with yourself where it's like, am I even getting a return on investment on these platforms? Are you? That's the question. Because the strategy that a lot of new entrepreneurs, it's not even just new entrepreneurs, because you could have been in this game for a year or two by now. And if you're still relying on like the selfie strategy with like the long copy and you're only getting 1 to 2 likes every single time that you post, you're really throwing your balls in the air and hoping that they just land in the hoop. Like you are hoping your ideal client sees that information. You are hoping they are online at the same time you are. You are hoping you get 1 more like so it lives in the algorithm. I call it the post and the pray method. You're posting and then you're praying. You're praying your content lives. You're praying that somebody shows up. You're praying your ideal client comes riding through on a unicorn. And you're praying that, you know, they'll go to your website. Like it's literally like you're praying for it. Like it's like, I hope this happens today. That's what you do. And it has to happen in that moment because it is a time-sensitive platform, okay? The complete opposite is true for search engines. There are 4: podcasting, blogging on a website, Pinterest, and YouTube. Those are 4. Those all act different because when you place your value on a search engine, your ideal client can search 24/7 worldwide. It doesn't matter when you post it. You just have to be consistent, but it doesn't matter what time you post at, okay? Because they're constantly searching for the solution to their problems, okay? And when they search for the solution to their problems and you place your value on a search engine, you become an answer to their problem. And they are clicking to wherever, well, if you're on Pinterest, when they click, they go to whichever website you want. But if you post on YouTube or your website or a podcast, they're obviously going to be directed to your YouTube channel, your blog, or what was the other one? YouTube, blog, podcast. But Pinterest is like the online billboard one. So that can click to the Pinterest pin, but that can then link to anywhere on the internet. So you could link them to your new podcast, your new YouTube channel, your Instagram channel, your Facebook group, your website, your online store, your affiliate pins. It doesn't matter as long as you have a website link, which I know like one of the biggest questions that I always get is like, I don't have a website. Will Pinterest work for me? And it's like, you do have a website. If you're watching this video, you have a link to a website, and that is your Facebook business page. It is your Facebook personal page. It is an Instagram page. It's a YouTube page. It does, like, you guys have links. You just like need to think outside of the box for a little bit. Sorry. Okay. So Sophia says, so you're just redirecting traffic from Pinterest to your blog, website, channel, etc. Exactly. That's exactly what you do with Pinterest. Pinterest isn't a place where you host the information. Okay. It is an online billboard for that information. So let's just hypothetically say I do this live stream in this Facebook group, which look what I'm doing. I'm doing a live stream, right? And I talk about this subject. So here is the host of valuable information. Pinterest marketing for your business. How to use Pinterest marketing for your business. Why don't more people use Pinterest marketing for their business? What does GaryVee have to say about Pinterest? I'm talking about a ton of things in this video, okay? So what I can do is I can create images of literally everything that I just said and plop them on the Pinterest. And what do? I provide the link to this video with the Pinterest pin. So when somebody searches for whatever I decided to create the title of this video to, or the picture that I create for Pinterest, guess where they're going to go? They're going to my Facebook group. But since they search for it, They are an ideal client of mine because I am an expert in social media marketing. I've grown my influence to 131,000 followers online. I know what I'm doing when it comes to social media marketing, especially when it comes to search engines, okay? So what that means is when they come to me for help, I am going to be able to help them. I don't have to cold message them. I don't have to reach out to them. I'm not forcing them to join this group. I'm not forcing them to do anything. They're the ones that searched for me. They want my value. That's why they are clicking on the picture, because they searched for it in the search engine. And this could be on Google or Pinterest. So then from the picture, they are led to the valuable information, which is in this video. So they request to join my Facebook group. Now they can stay connected with me. I can nurture them through their journey. If they have questions for me, I can answer them. They can get to know me better. It builds the know, like, and trust factor. And then whatever they need help with in their journey, and I provide the solution to them through like a course, a product, a one-to-one, a mastermind, a live event, it doesn't really matter. Once I provide that information or that value to them and they need my help more, they're gonna purchase from me. So that's how you get clients and leads from Pinterest on autopilot. It's not like one of those things where it's like you put a Pinterest pin up and it's like goes to like a $20,000 product and then people are going to buy it. It's like, if that were the case, I would be a freaking billionaire by now, right? That's not how sales works, people. Okay. You can't just like set up your shop of like a $25,000 mastermind and think people are going to click on it once and then, you know, that's their decision. Okay. They need to build the know, like, and trust factor with you. So that's what Pinterest helps facilitate. It helps facilitate your ideal clients that are looking for the answer. They search for it in the search engine. They find you only if you put your content on a search engine, and then they can learn from you because you provide value to them. Okay. And when you do that consistently, that's the key word. You have to be consistent. You can't do this once a week and think you're going to be a millionaire. No. Every day, okay? Commit to your dreams. Commit to helping people. Commit to helping other people succeed. So what are you going to do? You're going to show up every day. You're going to do it every day. And if that sounds stressful, then you're really in the wrong profession, okay? So when you show up consistently and you allow them to like fall in love with you, to know, like, and trust you, and like really for them to be like, okay, this girl, like, or this guy, they know what they're talking about. I vibe with them. This makes sense. Okay, I want to sign up with whatever she's talking about because she has experience, he has experience. They know what they're talking about and they prove it by showing up every single day. Okay? These are the steps that it takes to go from a cold, like someone that has no idea who you are, to coming in your bubble and then to buy from you. You can't skip them not knowing about you and then go for them to buy a $25,000 product without doing anything in the middle. That's not how it works, okay? Pinterest is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Nothing is a get-rich-quick scheme. And if you were like fooled by one or someone just sold you on one, you might want to get out like ASAP because that's just not how it works, okay? Okay, so Safia says, so question for you. Those people with thousands of followers on Pinterest, like myself, since it's all organic, does that take years to build up, or do you have to kind of go viral like on other platforms? So yes, it's one of those things where like if you want to get more followers on Pinterest, you have to make sure that other people find you and follow you, etc., etc. It does take years to build up, just like any other social media platform. But the difference between Pinterest and all of the other social media platforms is that Pinterest is a search engine. So what that means is that people can search for your video. It's kind of like a YouTube video as well. You don't have to be following Britney Spears in order to search for Baby One More Time music video if you want to jam out with it with your best friends, okay? You do not have to be following her or subscribe to her on YouTube in order to see that video. That's exactly how Pinterest works. So when people search for the solution to their problem and they see your pin and then they're directed to your website, they do not have to be following you in order to see that pin. Does that make sense? So you could literally have 0 followers and still have pins go viral, as long as you're providing valuable content and you know how to set up that pin, which is what I teach in my Pinterest for Business course. So yeah, it's just like any other platform. It's like you can't start a Pinterest account and have like 100,000 Pinterest followers in a week. Like that's just ludicrous, okay? And you also can't buy your followers on Pinterest. So at least you know that like when someone actually knows what they're talking about, like you can actually tell by the amount of followers they have and seeing on their Pinterest page if their pins are actually going viral. Like all of that content or all of that information is up there. You can see repin numbers, you can see followers. And the thing is that you can't buy these likes and numbers because these are all backlinks. This is a search engine. This is like serious business. This is logic. And this like has to do with Google as well. So you can't like buy people to like, I guess like repin and click on your stuff, right? It's not like Instagram where it's just a picture and it's like, okay, like buy likes, whatever, that don't really like transfer into profits or transfer into followers or clicks to your website or people on your email address. These are real people clicking on your images and then like inputting their email address if you have an opt-in list on your website or whichever direction you want to take them with the link that you provide embedded in the Pinterest picture. So Kelly says, how do you disclose that your Pinterest pin is an affiliate link? So you can do that one of 2 ways. You can write that in the board description on your Pinterest profile. You can provide that information I do it on the boards of my Pinterest profile. And then if you have affiliate links on your blog or your website, because this is an FTC law, Federal Trade Commission, you have to disclose that you're using affiliate links. So if you're directing people to your website or your blog or your online shop or whatever that has affiliate links, you need to disclose that those are affiliate links. So you just simply say, you know, these pins are linked or these pictures are linked with affiliate links, and this comes at no, like I get money from the link. And it's at no extra cost to you. Like nothing changes, nothing's different. I'm just getting paid for referring the traffic from my Pinterest to this website or this retailer. So that's all that a disclosure is. And it's really important just to keep your butt covered, essentially, that you provide that especially on your blog and your website. And on your Pinterest, you can also do that on your board descriptions. If you want to be nitty gritty, you can do it on every single pin, but you really, quite frankly, don't have to. Okay, Sophia says, makes perfect sense. Awesome, yay. Okay. So, okay, we got some fires, oops. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a lot of comments. I love when you guys comment. This is awesome. Okay. Sophia says, I love this. I mean, I'm doing this all day, every day on other platforms except Pinterest, but why not just repurpose the same content and get it on Pinterest too? Exactly. Like, you literally took the words out of my mouth. Do that. You're already making this amazing content, okay? You're already doing it. So it's like, why not create the billboard that's on a search engine so people search for it and then they're directed to your content? You took the words out of my mouth. That's amazing, though. I'm so happy that you wrote that. Okay, Mark says, but you must show up every day. Yep, just like any other social media platform. This is not like, you know, lazy, like, okay, I'm just going to post and then like, I'm going to get like $1 million because I just pinned a $25,000 mastermind and I'm not going to have to do anything. No. Okay, if that were the case, I would be a billionaire by now. Okay. That's not how it works. You have to be consistent and you have to do it every day, just like anything else in life. If you want to build a legacy, you need to care. And you care by giving your value away, by helping other people, and by showing up every day. It's just really like, that's it. Those are the keys. So it's just like, you have to do it every single day. Caitlin says, which is so refreshing. I don't really know what you're talking about, but I'm going to agree with you. Okay. So, Sophia says, I love that because then the people are higher quality leads. Yes, exactly. They are higher quality leads because they are searching for you because you have the answer to their problem. Whereas when you're on Instagram and Facebook, every time you post, you're kind of just sitting there hoping your ideal client is on at the same exact time and that somebody else has the problem or somebody else likes it or comments on the picture so they engage with it. Okay. You're like sitting there and you're hoping. And it's like, I quite frankly don't want to chance that. Like, I don't want to throw my balls in the air and hope they land in the hoop. When I like throw my ball in the air, I want it to like swoosh, or however you say it, in the hoop. Like, I want the client, like I want ideal clients, like, because I want to help people. That is my mission. Okay. I don't want to sit there and chance and wait for them to come to me, or I guess me go to them and hope they come to me. I want them to just come to me when they're ready for me. And if you have, that's another thing too. If you have a problem that you can solve for a lot of people, you're going to have a lot of people coming and flooding to you. Okay, so Kelly says, oh, so you don't have to do it. You don't have to have it on every pin. FTC will accept the disclosure on the board. Now, I am not a lawyer. I am not on the FTC. I'm not in the FTC. I really want you to do your own research, and I don't want you to take what I say like verbatim, word for word, but I don't disclose it on every single pin. Okay. But if you want to Google that and you want to research that for yourself, I want you to do that. Now, I don't. I have it on my boards because my pins are pinned onto my boards. So that's where I disclose the affiliate pins. So, like I said, I want you to do your own research, and I want you to see if that's the correct way to go. But that's what I do. Kelly says, thanks. Of course. You want your ball to be a slam dunk. Yes. Yeah, I am right with you. I want to be like dunking it. I want to be throwing a 3, and I want it like swooshing in the hoop or whatever. Like, I want my ideal clients to come to me when they are ready and when they need my help. I don't want to be, talking about myself on Instagram and Facebook and being like $800 million launches and this and that, and trying to like use all these sales tactic-y like things that are just like fake it till you make it strategies in order to get people to notice me. Like, that's not what I'm doing. I'm putting my value onto Pinterest. I'm putting my value in this Facebook group. I put it on my Instagram. What do people do? They need that information. People on Pinterest right now are searching for this type of video. Okay. When I post this pin onto Pinterest, where are they going to go? They're coming to this Facebook group. Okay. And then what are they going to do? They're going to watch this video. And they're going to like it because it has their answer. Okay. And then what do they do after that? They stay. They're not going to leave. They're going to stay. And they're going to be nurtured by me and my value. So when they're ready to buy something that I sell because it has the answer to their problems, they're going to do that. And that's how you grow the know, like, and trust factor. That's the cycle. Okay. I know there's a lot of misconception out there where it's just kind of like you throw your product out there and you don't have to do anything. You sit back like sipping margaritas on the beach and that's it. And it's like, no, like that's flash in the pan strategies. Okay. You need to have a community where you show up every single day. You provide value because it is your utmost passion to serve other people and help them live more successful lives. Okay. You need to nurture your ideal clients every single day. That's just how it is. You can't pin an $80,000 product once and then just sit back and make $80,000. That is not how it works. Okay. What Pinterest works for as a strategy, and I'll leave the link to my course below if you guys are interested in an A to Z strategy. What Pinterest works for as a strategy is when you provide your information onto a search engine, it allows the content that you're already creating on social media to become searchable. Because it is not searchable on Instagram and Facebook. It is only searchable within the first like 30 minutes of your posting, okay? Unless you're paying for advertising and unless you are already a celebrity, okay? But I'm going to assume that we all aren't. So what Pinterest does is it's an accelerator to get your ideal clients attracted to you if you don't want to pay for Facebook ads. And if you just want an easy option where they can search for you and it lives forever. Like, it's literally an online billboard people can search for either on Google and Pinterest, and it lasts forever. Like, I can't make it any more simple of an explanation than that. Okay, so Sophia says, my first time watching your live, and this is so good. Such valuable insight. Thanks for sharing so openly, my kind of gal. You are so welcome. And like Like, I come on these live streams and I'm so happy, like, you like asked the most amazing questions, and I'm so happy that you did that, because I really love going on these live streams because I get my information out better through video. That's just how I am. I can explain myself better on video, and I love knowing that everything makes sense to you guys. So I'm so happy that you asked me your amazing questions and that you're on and you're chatting with me, and I'm so happy that you're here. So thank you too. Mark says, you're a celebrity. I hear you on the radio in Tampa every day. What? Nuh-uh. I don't even know what to say to that. How? Unless I did that one like little script with you, but we need to do more of those because I have a lot of information up here that I want more people to hear of. So it's 12:01. My CrossFit class starts at noon. So I'm already a minute late. So I have to go, but this was just such an amazing live stream, and you guys were asking me the best questions that it was so worth it. So I have to log off, but if you guys maybe think of questions later, or you're watching the replay and you guys have questions for me, let me know in the comments. I'm going to leave the GaryVee. I'm going to do CrossFit, so it might be like within the next hour. I'm going to leave the screenshots of our conversation because I think it's like amazing. And it just like, I was just like, really? Like, you don't know anything about Pinterest? Really? So I'm going to leave those in the comments, and I might make that a post tomorrow too, but I'm also going to leave the link for my Pinterest for Business course. So if you guys are interested in an A to Z blueprint on Pinterest, if you literally have like no idea what to do, know where to start, because it's a really 1 + 1 = 2 strategy. You have to have all the nuts and bolts in order for it to be successful. I go through all of that and more in my Pinterest for Business course. So I'm going to leave that link below if you guys want to check it out. And yeah, that's really all that I have to say for today. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow on the next live stream. Bye, guys.